Hey guys, how you doing today? And I don't have my voice gone. Oh, my mic is bent sideways. Okay, there we go. My voice isn't gone today, but I am exhausted. I'm on 4 hours of sleep, and it's about 11 o'clock, so I'm about to pass out. But I did want to make a video today because I enjoy it, but I didn't want to do a long one. Um, the Star Wars Squadron one's almost done, and then tomorrow we'll be talking about the Angels of Death soundtrack. There's some new stuff came out on Pariah. Um, and there was another little thing. And then tomorrow we'll get more news too. But today I'm going to talk about the craft world. So this is going to be a pretty short video, by the way. Of all the Eldari, the craft worlds are the most tactically flexible. I did not know that. I've known like zero about the Eldari besides a little bit of their history. No clue what that guy is. Anyways, with their aspect warriors enabling them to specialize in any style of warfare. But how will their versatilities translate to the new edition of 40K? Well, in today's Faction Focus, we're here with Matt Schumann to answer that question and more besides. So, obviously the new... Oh, are those the new Necrons? Or are those Immortals? I can't tell. Then we have Avatar of Kane. No clue who the Walker guy is. Big tank gun with laser crystal. We have Gundam here. So in the aftermath of the bitter war in heaven, fought against Necrons before life, had even evolved on Terra, the Eldari's dominion of the galaxy was absolute. Yet the depths of their hubris and decadence eventually gave rise to a new dark god, Slaanesh, she who thirsts, whose apocalyptic birth decimated the Eldari Empire of old and forever cursed its people. However, there were those who foresaw this grim fate and escaped aboard impossibly vast star-faring arc vessels called craft worlds. Through their kind, though their kind may be a dying race, the craft worlders still command highly advanced technology and possess a mastery of war that is all but unrivaled, which I've heard a lot about. How they play in the new edition. So this guy, it was an Infinity Circuit Spirit Audience team with the USA Tournament. Master Schumann. We've since consulted with the Farseers, and they've confirmed his message. The best thing for craft worlds in the new edition is that you only need to include one detachment to get the most out of your command points for your army. Every single one has put this down. I don't think I need to repeat this so much and read that part. I need to tell myself, don't read that part. I don't know what I'm going with this. Whatever. Anyways, though, so like they all say, you don't need to bring 5 detachments to get 9 command points now, basically. I mean, that's way off on numbers, by the way. I guess it depends on your attachment. Sorry, I thought I said battalion. Anyways, though, now you'll need 1 detachment. This not only gets you nets you more command points than you used to have, but ensures you now also have an even footing with other factions that could easily generate more in the past. I guess Orc and Gretchen and Imperial Guardsmen, right? Excuse my burp. Another amazing thing is that the new lookout sir rules have really leave most craft world players unaffected. Characters are now really safe if they're within 3 inches of other units. But most craft world characters are fleet-footed or skyrunners. This allows them to easily stay near other units or quickly hop around the terrain to stay in the best possible position. These guys. I think that the point increase will initially challenge players as they try to fit in all the units they previously fielded. It's important to remember that every faction is feeling similar increases, though, so it's not a problem unique to you. Let me reread that and try to process this. Initial players will try to... Oh, so if I'm correct, all models are getting a point increase, but you get more command points in turn, trying to make the games probably a little smaller. And if I'm correct, Eldari a little expensive, so it's going to be a little harder to field big armies, but I guess that's what Apocalypse is for. And it's important to remember it's feeling good. Okay, where was I? I also suspect that although the craft world army is great when fielding a single detachment, some players will miss the advantage of cherry-picking units from various craft worlds. A thing to keep in mind is that most competitive craft world armies used to only start with 8 to 10 command points. So if you really feel you need those Samhan Shining Spears along with your Rangers, consider taking the secondary craft world in a patrol detachment alongside your main host. My personal style of play involves highly aggressive units that stack the various psychic blessings inherent of the craft worlds. I usually take units that can move swiftly across the battlefield to remove high priority targets early, then use my superior mobility to control the board for the remainder of the game. Don't forget that many of the new Battlefield Supremacy secondary objectives can allow the fast-moving craft world armies to really rack up victory points. There are also a number of Warpcraft options which the lightning-fast Skyrunner Warlocks and Farseers can accomplish quite easily. Engage on all fronts, progressive objective. Score 2 victory points at the end of your turn if you have one or more units from your army wholly within 3 different table quarters, and those units are all more than 6 inches from the center of the battlefield. Score 3 victory points instead if you have one or more units from your army wholly within each table quarter, and those units are all more than 6 inches from the center of the battlefield. So basically, from the exact point of the table, if you're more than 6 inches away and your guys are spread out, you get 2 victory points. The last thing to take into account is the terrain is very important and it's about to become far more dynamic. Thankfully, Craftworld's units still have the fly keyword, which will continue to allow them to take great advantage by easily maneuvering in and on around the terrain features. Oh, great. I've already heard about Eldar spam is already a thing. Flyer. This is going to be good. They're going to have a lot of fun this edition. They're going to be a point nerf, I bet. Unless they already did it. Key units. With so many specialized units and no more of the various types of aspect warriors to choose from, it's difficult to know what to include in your army. Here's some of Matt's picks, basically, that he think are going to shine. Speaking of shining spears. I believe most Craftworld armies will include at least a single unit of shining spears. Their mobility, close-range firepower, and combat strength are still amazing. These guys, supported by a Farseer and a Warlock, will continue to be commonly seen in Craftworld armies. They're hard to eliminate at range and at the best of times, but when combined with the new terrain rules, a few key psychic powers, they'll be a formidable threat. Yay! This unit has a 4-up invulnerable save against range. Oh, I didn't know that about them. I don't like that. Next is the Night Spinner. I like that model. I like the paint on that too. Just had to add that. Another fantastic option going to the new edition will be Night Spinners. The updated blast weapons really help them out for their damage potential, making its Doomweaver deadlier still. Interesting. Speaking of which, Doomweaver, 48, heavy 2d6, strength 7, damage 2. Abilities. Wound rolls of 6 up for this weapon are resolved with AP -4. Okay. And it can target people not visible to the bear. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I have a friend, a couple friends are kind of looking at 40k. I bet one of them will probably like to play powerful units more expensive. I should mention Eldar to him, especially with this new rule. With the blast rule, because these guys are just going to get tougher. Anyways, sorry, tangent there. Dire Avengers. As far as infantry units go, I suspect that Dire Avengers will become the go-to troop choice. You can field them as a durable 5-man units with Shimmer Shield's arm Exarchs, or you can take a whole bunch of units and pick up Azurmen that give them all a 4-up invulnerable save. Phoenix Rising also offered to these warriors some great alternative Exarch abilities, and I highly recommend trading out Battle Fortune for one of them. My personal favorite is Avenging Strikes, which punishes your opponent for not finishing off your unit. Let's see what that is. Whilst this unit contains a Dire Avenger Exarch, and any models from this unit have been destroyed, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit, add 1 to the hit roll and wound roll. Oh, that's actually pretty good. You know, so on some of these faction folks, it's neat because I like I mentioned before, I want to paint everything before I really play a lot in public. I've played a couple small games with friends and so forth. Nothing big, no tournaments or anything like that. So it is nice to read all this and get to know some more, especially because I'm not super deep into Warhammer. I mean, compared to my friends, I would say I am. But for the most part, I'm definitely not as deep into this on knowledge of the game. So it is fun reading this, especially with the new edition coming out, because I'm going to have a good idea how people play and so forth. And then, like I mentioned before, talking about doing battle reports with people, so it's good to know what to expect, basically. Oh, and then that's it. And, okay, well, I'm exhausted. I've had a long day, and 4 hours of sleep is really hitting me. I can feel my eyes trying to, like, stay awake and forcing them open. I'm not even speaking coherent English anymore Honestly, I'm about to start speaking like German or Russian or something, I swear. Anyways, though, I really hope y'all have a good rest of your day or night. I want to get some sleep. Squadrons will come out when I actually have energy to finish editing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we're going to talk about Pariah. And there's probably another thing on Pariah, so I'll finish catching up on the 22nd info and catch up on the 23rd as well. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Please leave a like and subscribe. Feel free to start a conversation down below in the comments. And that's all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.